Hey, everybody, or hi again, because I think you were all hanging out with me on Donna's channel, but hey, happy Monday, I guess. This does give me something to look forward to on Mondays. um, Hi, Rita. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Mona. Mm, Hi, Nancy and Brenda. Let's see who else is out there. And Dawn, how's it going? I know, long time no see. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm trying a new microphone, so let me know. Hi, Twyla. Thanks. That was nice. That 40 minutes went by really, really fast. That was nice. It's just, yeah. Although I'm not used to having someone ask me so many questions about myself. I mean, that's what you expect in an interview, but that was fun. It's kind of fun thinking about my first quilt and some of that stuff that I haven't thought about in quite a while. Hi, Dawn. What are you guys all up to? Everybody doing good, feeling good? Oh, good. Thank you, Janine. Oh, thank you, Rita. Yeah, I bought normally I'm wearing like a microphone on my shirt, but I something I've learned about myself since starting YouTube is I do a lot of like very strong T's, and I do a lot of what's the noise I make when I edit my videos, I hear it, the like something like that. And it's a lot worse with the microphone right on your shirt. So I'm trying one that's like attached to my camera. Hi, Mimi Sewing Station. Hi, Jess. Oh, Jess is out walking. I did some of that earlier. I went to my dad's house and I've been trying to get now I'm working towards 5,000 steps a day. I know, but my baseline is like 2,000 because I don't do anything. I have a desk job. And so earlier today, me and the kids, because they're off for spring break, went up to my dad's and I went for a walk. And I think I'm like at almost 6,000 steps today, which is great for me. Yeah, 5968. That's a good day for me. Yes, my first quilt video, like my first long form video was at the beginning of April of last year. So I just hit the 1 year mark. Of course, like my first few videos were kind of spaced. I mean, they're still my videos are still spaced out. Um and then I didn't start going live until I want to say like November is when I started going live. So thank you, Lisa. It was very hard for me to keep up with the chat. It was like trying to chat with Donna, and then like her chat is crazy. But that was very fun for me. That I feel very flattered that she invited me on. Try doing Trying to figure out what project I want to do besides starting it. It's unknown future block. Um, I think I've greeted everybody, but sorry if I missed you. Yeah, I decided to come on a little early today too. Well, just because so many people were in the chat from coming over from Donna's channel. So, um, yeah. So I've been when I have a few minutes, I've been working on those half square triangles that we've been working on for like months, and I finally got them all done and trimmed. I'm so excited. Hi, Zaza. And so here's my pile. It's something like 256 half square triangles. I would never do this again. I'm not kidding. Hi, Lynn. But I'm now committed to finishing this whip. So, and we're so close to assembling blocks. I'm so close to being able to assemble the blocks. It's a lot, Rita. Like I don't it's just funny too, because like if you were listening to me on Donna's channel, I'm like, I don't like doing the same thing over and over again. And I don't. And I don't know what 2020 Tasha was thinking when she did this, other than she loved the colors. And didn't know any better. But whew, this is tough for me. But so now I have to take all those half square triangles and turn them into this, which I feel like there was probably a better way to do this. Like, cut the square and then put the triangles around them. But I followed the pattern. So That is a crap load of half square triangles. Yes. Yeah, I'm bored, Rita, bored to tears. But I've been watching, well, I just finished. I was watching Jack Reacher. I just finished season 3. So now I'm on the lookout for the next TV show. It is kind of nice. It's my like if I get a little bit of time. Actually, Brenda and I FaceTime last night, and so it's easy to do when you're chatting with somebody. You don't have to like think about it. Um, but brutal, brutal, brutal. Hi, Sherry. Can't remember if I said hi or not. Yeah, snowballing would have worked. Hi, Martha. I know I switched times on you, so now you're still working instead of driving, but thanks for tuning in while you're working. I appreciate it. Yeah, snowballing corners would have worked. Lots of things would have worked, but back then I just followed patterns blindly and that's what we did. And that's what I cut, so that's what we're going to do. So the only thing I noticed though when I sewed up this one cuz now I have to sew up a bunch of these is I as I said earlier, I'm not a perfectionist, but I do want these seams to line up. So I had put this together, it was a little wonky and I did seam rip it. So I'm going to use some pins, I think, to pin them or clip them so that I get them the way I like them. Jess is the weather must be decent for you to be out walking, I hope. Yeah, flying geese, which you love. That's true. Couldn't it have been? That could have been easily flying geese, which I don't love. I mean, I absolutely love them. But you know what? To be honest with you, Zaza, I think I would have preferred flying geese to the quantity of half square triangles this is. And then what's hard about this quilt is this is, I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. This is the quilt block. Let's see, pretty close. Ooh, I think I have a zoom on my camera. Oh, look at that. How fancy is that? So that's the quilt block I'm trying to make. Is it coming through? Yeah. So, and I picked all, now I gotta do that so it's not like zoomed in on, there we go. Does that make you dizzy? I don't know. And I picked all different colors. So this is going to be tough for me. I decided I'm going to do all the components and then I'm going to have to lay it out on my design wall to figure out what color combinations I want to do. Donna said, saw you on Donna's channel tonight. I live in Elmira. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm just outside of Syracuse. Rita says, I have tons and tons of heat to send to anybody. I'll take some. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Hi, Katie. Hi, Candace. 84. Whew. And now it's a cool 75. I just got done walking 3 miles. Good for you. We were like in like about 60 degrees today and we were all wearing t-shirts outside. We don't care. That was amazing for us. Linda says, good evening, Tasha, and I'll saw you on Donna's, but was resting for tomorrow's eye surgery. Oh, enjoying my coffee now because none after midnight. I did an exploding square quilt for my son. Good luck tomorrow, Linda. I hope your surgery is early in the day. This is your second one, right? Like I feel like you had one and now you're going back for the second one. So hi, Lisa. Can't remember if I said hello to you either. So hello to everybody I missed. Mona said 67 today, 30 in the morning. Whoo, that's about, it starts off like 30 in the morning here too, but 60 degrees, we'll take it. We're outside in a t-shirt running around. We love it. Are you just joining too? Then why they're all done joining though? Zaza, I don't, you lost me. The Rita says, no, you have to take tons of heat. It's 100. Where are you in Arizona? We had trace snow this morning. It was melted by 9. Thankfully, we haven't had any snow since last week. Since last week. That's crazy. Hi, Nanita. Hi, Bronca. Thank you. Southern Arizona. Whew. Well, I'm going to try to go back and read Zaza's message. Are you just joining too? Then why they're all done? Hmm, you're gonna have to help me out with that one. So, yeah, so now I'm gonna try to clip some of these while we chat and make sure I feel good about how they look. Tasha, that sounds like here, mid-60s last week, and people were in shorts and t-shirts. What the hell? Yeah, we my kids ran around in t-shirts and Crocs today. They love it. We like I said, it was snowing last week, so we get a little bit of sun and the air doesn't hurt your face. Actually, I'm not even gonna pin these until I do the fours, I think. We're gonna try one and see how it goes. Yeah, we're all about it here. In New York, you don't have to tell us twice to try to enjoy the weather. Because it could be snowing again tomorrow. Western Kentucky is still dealing with flooding. Oh, geez, I didn't even realize that. It's so hard. I know it's a terrible thing, but it's really hard for me to watch the news these days. And so I'm like kind of out of the loop a little bit. Lisa says, taking off my glasses and not be able to chat, I'll be listening. And Jess is also lurking. So we'll have some lurkers. Thanks for lurking. Yeah, I think this is good enough for me. I'm not going to pin these for now. I don't really mind if the top points match up. I just want like the two pieces to match up, I think. Hi, Arlie. I can't remember if I said hello. And Chloe. Joining 2 half squares at a time, and then when they're all done, they're taking all those units and joining them. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. So I'm going to join 2 at a time, and then I'm going to take 2, and then I'm going to make these. This does not feel like the most efficient way to make this, but this is where we're at right now. This is where we're at. So it's so funny too, because like I said, I took that pattern writing course last year, and I am not by any means like an expert pattern writer. I've written 2 patterns, right? Like, and I'm sure if someone were to look through them, there is a lot to be found. But going through that pattern now, I'm like, oh, there's some things I definitely would have done different myself. But I guess that's also the beauty of writing quilt patterns, is like everybody has a different preference. Bloody autocorrect is adding words. I hate the cold, but when the weather starts hitting those triple digits, it's not fun either. I all day long would rather have colder weather. I no, thank you. I am also shocked that I'm doing a quilt with the same block, because that's just not my thing anymore. But I started this back in 2020, and this is kind of like, I just want it finished. Like, I spent so much time on it already, cutting it up, and it is like a nice sew when I'm like chatting on live. So this pattern is called the Everlasting Star, I believe. But the person who sold this pattern, I don't think she sells patterns anymore, so I don't even know if you can buy it anymore. Hold on, I'm gonna search it in my phone. Everlasting Star was the name of it. Here, I'll show you the cover. Hopefully you'll be able to see it on my phone. You can kind of, I'll try my zoom again. You can kind of see it. Can you kind of see it? It's kind of blurry, but that's the cover of it. So it looks cool. I'm excited to see it together, but yeah, this is torture for me. A little bit of torture. Yep, it's definitely learn as you go. Hi, Pat. Oh, when it is cold, like I can definitely feel it in my joints too. I translated a cross stitch to a quilt top, and it was a lot harder than expected. I respected pen writers to begin with, but even more truthfully, until I wrote my first quilt pattern, I Oh my god. It is so much math, and then, like, it's just so funny now too, like, I refuse to use discount codes now when I buy quilt patterns because I'm like, "No, I know how much work those are, so I'm not taking like, I'm paying the full $12 or whatever it is. I'm not using your code to get 2% $2 off or whatever. I wanna pay the full price because damn, it sucks." Hi, Lynn. Yeah, I this one's gonna feel really good. I wanted to go this year, I wanna do quilts that I wanna make, but I also wanna finish up some of these other ones I've started because it just feels like a little bit wasteful. Zaza says, "You need to live in the Caribbean or Hawaii." I don't know. I like it in New York, but I can see Rita if Rita likes the warm weather. Let's see. Thank you. I'm really excited to see what it looks like. Hi, Erin. Yeah, that cross stitch is in and of itself, is an adventure, and so converting one of those, I can't even imagine. I did a little dinosaur quilt back in the day called, by a pattern writer called Counted Quilts. If you kinda like that, like, it's a dinosaur, she has tons of stuff, Counted Quilts. I made one for my son when he was, like, 2, so that was, like, 5 years ago. They're so cute, you should check her out. Are you using a gimbal? I am not using a gimbal. I don't know what a gimbal is. So definitely not using one. It's called the Everlasting Star, but I'm not even sure if you can buy it anymore because I don't think she sells quilt patterns anymore. That's how old this one is. Everlasting Star. I'm not sure if you Google it, if it'll even come up. Try it. Everlasting Star quilt. Yeah, I don't, it's not even popping up. It's gonna be one of a kind. Can't even you can't even get the pattern anymore. Is a gimbal a sewing machine? I have a Janome if it's a sewing machine. Oh, a gimbal camera? I am using a Sony camera. It's like I can get you the number of it, but I don't know it off the top of my head. I think it's like a ZX or something. It's like a combination of letters and numbers, but this was a little bit of a most of my videos when I started my YouTube channel. No, so no, I am not using a camera stand that moves with me. I've seen those. Those look cool. This is a just like a I guess it's just called a DSLR or just a video camera. Um it doesn't move with me, but I have a little remote that I can zoom in and out that I just kind of remembered I had. And it does focus on my eye. So when I'm looking at the camera, there's like a little screen that shows me myself, and I can see that it has my eye in focus. So I stay in focus because the camera's smart enough to follow me. But before I had this, I just filmed everything on literally on my iPad. I like for the first, yeah, like 9 months of my channel, I just used an iPad. But yeah, this is that's just as it's the zoom function on the camera with the remote. It's kind of fancy. I have seen those, like, for people who, like, make cooking videos and stuff, it's kinda crazy how those, like, cameras will just follow you around and turn around. Okay, it's a stand that yeah. I've definitely seen those on TikTok. And hi, Day. But nope, just, way too expensive of a camera because that's how I roll. Got hobbies and then side hobbies. So, I'm really excited for this week because I am taking I ended up taking a half day today because I was working from home with the kids and it did not go well. Um They just needed a little they had a little energy they needed to burn. So I ended up taking a half day today. I'm working tomorrow, and then I'm taking Wednesday and Thursday off, and then I'm working again on Friday. But hopefully it won't be too crazy of a day. Like hopefully my meetings are light. I don't know. It's spring break this week here in New York, so a lot of people are off work, but our auditors are not. So they're they're still asking questions. um, but I'm excited to kind of have a weekend in the middle of the week. So she says Amy has one, but sometimes it does its own thing. I believe that. Aaron says, I'm still trying to get comfortable in front of the camera. If something followed me around, I'd be totally freaked out. Can totally see that. Um, so I'm really excited to have a few days off this week. I think I'm going to take the kids to the zoo on Thursday because it's supposed to be like 55 degrees here, which, like I said, is fantastic for us. Oh, you are a retired accountant? Yep. You get me then. You get me. I somehow started off as an auditor. I was in public accounting and got my CPA, and now I'm the one being audited. Like, how did that happen? I like being the auditor better, to be honest with you. Maybe that needs to be my next career move. Although I've been with my company for a very, very long time, as long as I've been with my husband since 2011. So I'm not leaving until they kick me out, I don't think. Oh, Rita says, what I did is just turn the camera on and started doing whatever. Just tried to ignore the camera. Give it a try. It is tough. And now it's so funny. When I first started doing my YouTube lives, I would like use Chat GPT and I would like come up with questions so that like there would never be a lull in the conversation. And I would come downstairs like half an hour early to like make sure everything was right. And now I'm like, "Ugh," I roll down here like 5 minutes before it starts and just throw on the camera. Like I don't think about what I'm going to talk about anymore. Like sometimes I'll make a little note, like if something happened and I want to talk about it. But other than that, I'm just winging it. It's just so funny how different it is than from when I started. Oh, I did not realize you were a CPA as well. 30 years at the state of Michigan. Like the actual government? That's awesome. I would love that. I always say like, you know, in about 10 years when maybe I don't know. I don't foresee myself as like I don't really want to be like a CFO or like in top management or anything like that. It's just not my personality. So I can see myself like in 10 years like kind of having to move on from my company. And I'm like, I would just love to like go be the bookkeeper at the school or something. It it is not as easy as it looks. And part of the fun for me with this YouTube channel is obviously I love quilting, but I love like figuring out the technology, figuring out the angles, figuring out the best way to do things, figuring like it's like literally quilting was the first hobby and now I have like so many side hobbies because of quilting. It's just a never-ending gift for me. Rita really is everything. She's got experience in everything. Yeah, we have a lot of government auditors. So we do business with the government and the government audits us. So it's not a great time. Luckily, for the most part, the auditors we work with, even though like we're on other opposite teams, like their whole job is to find stuff that we're doing wrong, and my whole job is to like make sure they don't find anything. Not that I never would do anything like unethical or illegal. Like if they find something, they find something. But like I'm supposed to help us keep audit ready and deal with them or whatever. We have a very amicable relationship. So I'm very lucky because I know not everybody has that. So and I talk to them more than like some of my coworkers at the same company. It's crazy. Hi, Judy. I hate doing books even with a computer program that does it all, then that goes off to the account. Truly. Here's a fun fact. I'm a CPA. That means I am licensed to be a licensed tax preparer in the state of New York. And I pay somebody to do my taxes each year. I don't even do my own taxes. I don't do my family's taxes. I'm not into it. Yeah, good enough. Now there is massive software to help with accounting. When I was doing it back in the 80s, it was companies doing books with Excel and DOS. Yeah, no kidding. And that green paper. um, yeah. Although the software has its pros and cons, you know. Yeah, okay. Just keeping the desk clean and paper tidy helps with the auditors. The messier it is, the deeper they dig. True. And what's tough now is like almost everything is electronic. So there used to be, I mean, not that I would ever do this, but like if maybe the auditor wasn't your favorite and they were auditing an area that maybe wasn't your favorite, you could, and they would ask for some documentation. There was like a over deliver, right? Bury them, give them everything they asked for and more. So it'll take quite a while to get through. Now, with everything being electronic, you really don't have that strategy anymore. You can't really bury them in paper anymore. Lynn said I worked in finance for 45 years. I'd like to be a church bookkeeper now in my retirement. Instead, I'm on the audit and finance committees. I'm on the audit and finance committees. That's not quite as fun as being a bookkeeper would be, I'd say. My friend actually just started, a friend from high school started a not for profit, and I'm um helping him get that off the ground. So I'm on the board of directors and I'm the treasurer, and I just had to set up an accounting software called Zero, and I have never like started a bookkeeping software, so that's interesting for me. I've been a beta tester for Intuit for many years. They make software. Yeah, QuickBooks definitely. Oh, fun. I am working on that everlasting star quilt pattern, and I don't think you were here when I showed off, but here's all my trimmed half square triangles. There's like 256 of them. So now I am sewing them together to make these. So I'm basically sewing them into squares. Oh man. Bring them fruit and donuts and drinks. So my auditors are government auditors and they're not allowed to accept gifts. And so we in our cafeteria used to have free coffee in the building we sat in, and they were not allowed to accept free coffee. So I was like, listen, I'm nobody's going to be in here for the next half an hour. So like if you wanted to come get a free cup of coffee, no one would know. You know, I'm not trying to bribe you, but there's quite literally free coffee here if you want a coffee, but you're not like they are not allowed to accept anything. It is definitely interesting being on the committees and stuff. I'm glad you love it. I do think like I'm definitely going to keep an eye out. Like, I'm not ready to change jobs anytime soon, but as I get closer to that, like, retirement stage, I would love to sunset my career at like the school or something. The government can ask for up to yep, 7 years. We got audited. Yep, that's true. 7-year look back. It is a half square triangle labor of love. I think it could be um a quarter of a gigabyte. That's hilarious. Yes, can you see them? They're in there. Although I blame my children, not so much the half square triangles. Um yeah. Is anybody else's dealing with spring break out there? All the kids. Aaron, are your kids off school this week? Or is that just a New York thing? I'm so glad my husband's going to be home with them tomorrow. We're also having the other dilemma. I swear to God, every time the kids have a week off from school, something in this house breaks, something big. I believe the last time it was our garage door. This time, the water pressure in our house decided to go on vacation without us. So when you turn on any of the faucets, There's like no water pressure, including the shower. So I was trying to give my daughter a bath last night and I had to like literally take a cup from the kitchen to fill it up to dump on her head. Um, so thankfully my husband will be off Tuesday and Friday, and there's a plumber that is going to try to come on one of those days. But man, it's like every time those kids are off school, something breaks. That's funny. Our federal examiners would accept any. Ours, I guess ours were very by the book. Oh, yours aren't off until later this week. Rita does not have to deal with spring break. That's funny. Yeah, different states are at different times of the year. I don't mi the thing about the school holidays is I just wish, like, it's so work from home is great. I love it. I would never wanna change it. It has been such a wonderful thing for me. Like, I feel like I'm better at my job. I'm a better mom. I'm super productive. I'm not like one of those work from home people that's really down in their sewing room or screwing around, like, I'm working. But, it makes it sometimes harder for me where I'm like, "Oh, they're a week off school. Maybe I'll try to work while they're home." And so I think, like, after today, I've decided, like, when my kids are off school, I'm just gonna be off or my husband's gonna be off, because when you're half a mom and half at work, you're just miserable and at both. So today we had a blast. My son wanted to try sushi, so we ran over to Wegmans. We got sushi. We ate that. We went over to my dad's house. We went for walks. My dad he has like 10 acres, and my stepmom had him out in the garden. My dad took him for rides in this little cart. We went out for ice cream. We just had a great day. I love when my kids are home during the week. I just need to take the time off and budget my PTO accordingly so that I can just be with them. I love it. And work is so busy this week. It sucks the timing, but um it sucks. Brenda, who is also an accountant, says, "Screw that. I will not be doing any accounting in my retirement. I will be quilting." They don't get an entire week because the last day is so early. May 3rd. Your kids are done school May 30th. Ours is the end of June. Oh, that's crazy. I'm grateful that it's the end of June because summer camp ain't cheap. Let me tell ya. That happened here too. We found a tiny leak. My husband thinks it could be a water pressure tank, which I literally have never even heard of such a thing. So I guess we'll find out. Yeah, it is very hard to separate work from home. The first 3 days were a nightmare. The kids fought nonstop, but after they were fine. Our spring break is 2 weeks. So we get 1 week off in February, 1 week off in April, and then usually they get 2 weeks off at between Christmas and New Year's. Oh, look at Candace. Sounds like a water pressure regulator. I had that happen. Look at you, Candace. That's exactly what the plumber and my husband said, and I had never heard of that. Um, my dad also said there's like a bladder or something in the tank. I don't know. So we're gonna find out. Yeah, water tank. Hopefully it's not. So we had a tornado warning here in our area like a few weeks ago now, and like part of the roof came up. And so we're working with the insurance company to see if we can get that fixed. That's not going to be cheap. So we have that. Now we have the water pressure. I'm trying to think, there was one other thing that just happened in the house, and our washer's making a weird noise. Do you ever feel like all you can hear, like when I walk around this house, is cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching? Like, oh my gosh, everything is just going to be, it's going to be something. We are on a well, unfortunately. Our neighbors, I can see their house, are on city water, but our house was built and the houses down the road were built, even though our house was only built in the year 2000, but they were built after the water lines were already established. So I guess getting put on public water, even though you can literally see where the public water is kind of a to do. And it's a little expensive. So we might have to look into that though at some point. But we are on a well and a septic. Yeah, Brenda's got that work from home, separation down pat. Candace says, "I'm in Georgia. My son was off last week. School is out May 23rd. Wow. And returns the first week of August. Okay. So, yeah, our kids are off from the end of June to the beginning of September. So maybe it's just shifted a little. I know. I don't know what's going on around here. We're on the struggle bus. Yeah, the first week of July and go back the middle. Wow. So Zaza's in Scotland. She's saying here they break the first week of July and go back the middle of August. That's a very short summer break comparatively. So here, I think it's usually like 8 weeks you get off. Yeah, the work from home, like truly, I think it's like, I know it's like, I don't know, whatever, the gender norms or whatever, but I really think it's a game changer for moms, especially because even with great partners, there's just, moms doing mom things, for the most part, generally speaking. And I think, I just don't think I would be enjoying my quality of life without the work from home. It's great. Yeah, it is nice to not have a water or a sewer bill, but when something goes wrong, I sometimes would rather pay the water bill, but, um, I grew up on a well and a septic, so it's not very foreign to me at all. I'm used to it, and it is nice that it's included. It makes me feel like I'm almost off grid if it wasn't for that pesky electricity and, um, internet, but when the power goes out and you don't have any water, that's a big bummer too. My house was built in 1935. All the pipes are under the house, and somewhere over the years, the concrete over the entrance to the basement. Oh, so you have to break. Oh my God, that's crazy. We lived in a house that was built in the 1918, I want to say it was 1912, somewhere like that. That was the house my husband owned when I first met him. That was an adventure. It definitely did have character. Oh yeah. Zaza, the algorithm on Instagram. She's been sending me pictures of castles, right? Masters week, spring break here. Yeah, spring break. Hi, Joyce. 6 weeks in the summer, 2 in October, and 2 at Christmas and 2 Okay, so yours are a little more spread out the weeks off. And Jess is in North Carolina and she's saying summer break is from May 13th to August 7th. Okay, so you're like shifted like a month because we're like June 23rd to September 5th or something right after the holiday. Oh, wow. Lynn is saying my grandchildren's school is on a year-round school district is on a year-round schedule. I've never heard of that. Okay, guys, it seems like we're gonna have to find a castle and we're gonna have to all meet up in Scotland. It's so cool. That's like the one, like, I don't like to travel. I don't like to fly. I'm a homebody. But going somewhere over to like Scotland or Europe where like the stuff is old, like older than the United States would be so cool. That would be so fun. Yeah, so it's my big birthday this week and I think I'm going to take the kids to this like zoo that's got crazy, it's a little bit of a longer drive, but they have like um I think it's like a panther and they have lions and they have cute little otters, which I love because I love otters. And so, yeah, it's going to be pretty warm out. So I thought, oh, that would be a great way to spend my birthday. It's just hanging with my kids at the zoo, eating some junk food. I'm excited for that. Getting my steps in and then maybe come home, take a little nap. So, make the husband pick up takeout on his way home from work. I also think for my birthday this year, yeah, I wanna go to the wild, Janine. The I've heard Costco has a tiramisu cheesecake. Has anyone heard of this or tried this? I need to know. Is it as good as it sounds? Brenda goes, "I like men in kilts." I mean, I'm not mad about it. Jess says, "Most year-round schools are 9 weeks on, 3 weeks off, and then holiday." Oh, interesting. Very interesting. I would love to go visit where my Italian part of my maternal family still has interest in Italy. I'm following you, though. I knew you meant maternal. Yeah, I'm trying to convince my dad to go, to the wi my dad and stepmom to come with me to the wild. I think they've never been. I think it'll be fun. You can feed giraffes. Um, there's this, like, little thing that you can go in and there's birds, and you hold, like, a little stick of, like, sugar and they'll eat it. But, um, the birds were, like, pecking at my son last time and he was bleeding. So I don't think we'll do that again. Okay, it's delicious. That's an amazing cheesecake. All right, I'm gonna give it, I think, oh, God, I'm so tempted. I love cheesecake too. The other thing is like Wegmans makes a super good, but you can get it all the time. I feel like the tiramisu one might be short-lived, but Wegmans makes the most delicious cherry cheesecake. Oh my God, it's so good. And the one from Costco is like can feed an army. I do not need that much cheesecake. The Wild is just like a local zoo, basically. I don't know if it would really be worth the drive from Pennsylvania. It'd be a long drive. But the last time we were there, one of the lions was roaring, and it was right when we were standing next to it, and it was roaring so loud, I could feel it in my chest. It was wicked cool. Wicked cool. Yeah, it's like tiramisu cheesecake. Well, it's I don't exactly understand. It's like a chocolate base with, I don't know, some probably like a coffee flavored cheesecake. I never really liked tiramisu, but now I'm like big into coffee, so I like it. Um, I was telling Brenda about this last night. So I don't know how many of you are out there in the world and got on the Dubai chocolate algorithm where it's like that pistachio cream chocolate bar, and I've been wanting one so bad. But when you order them online, they're really expensive and I'm like, I can't do it. And I almost ordered one online, but I just couldn't do it. Too expensive. So I did find a local candy shop. Thank you for reminding me because I told my husband I would even go pick them up, but I don't like making phone calls because I'm a little baby. And so I was like, can you just call and like get them to put them aside for me? So I think on Wednesday, I'm going to drop my son off at wrestling camp. I'm going to go out to breakfast with and meet Janine. And then I might drive out to, I think it's in, I think it might be where you live, Janine, Beeville. There's a place out in Beeville that, sells those Dubai, I'll have to text it to you. Maybe you know this place. I've never been out there, but they sell the pistachio, chocolate bar that I really wanna try. Oh, cutting is one of my least favorite. It's always the reward after cutting to getting to finally, so I love coffee, but I don't like espresso martinis or tiramisu. I actually haven't tried an espresso martini, but it is on my list of things I want to try. I do like tiramisu, like, I love it, so I feel like what could be how could I go wrong, you know? Yes, Sweet Dreams Shop. Yes, that's the one, Janine. Yeah, isn't that so crazy, Zaza? Like, we m we met my very first live I ever did was on The Guy Who Sews channel, and Janine was in there and saw me, and then we have common friends, and right, because you go to church with some of my coworkers, or Justin, and it's just so funny what a small world we live in. But yeah, that's exactly the one I found, and I'm like, so I think they said if you call, they'll like hold them for you. So I might drive out there. Maybe. We'll have to see. But at least now I know that they exist. So even if I don't get them this week, I'm gonna get one eventually. Hi Andy, how's it going? How is it going? What's even crazier, Rita, about that story is like, so it was my first live. Janine was in the chat, and that was the day, right? Like that was the day that my quilts were hanging in the quilt show, and you went to the quilt show and took your picture in front of my quilt, and all because she saw me on Sean's live, who, you know, is not even geographically anywhere near me. It's just crazy. So now we get to have breakfast. We're gonna have breakfast with my sassy daughter. She's pretty excited though. She keeps saying to her brother, "Na na na boo boo, I get to go have breakfast with mom's friend." I'm like, I literally didn't know kids said na 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 boo boo. Like they do. Turns out they do. I know, Brenda, but they're so dang expensive. And the reviews were kind of bad. So I was like, maybe I'll just give the money to a local candy shop if I can. But it involves me leaving my house. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I just because I get distracted when I'm on live, I just like to make sure everything's still lining up. So I'm just like checking them. But yeah, I'm going to chain stitch all of these into pairs, and then I'm going to go back and chain stitch them all into fours. But every now and again, I pause, and because I feel like I just screwed that one up. So now I'm going to pause because I'm not paying attention. It's not great, but it's going in the pile. Jumping into the coffee and chocolate discussion to say that I miss the Haagen-Dazs Java chip flavor. I miss it, and I never even had it. That sounds amazing. What does she say? I missed it. I will. I'll send you the I found a Facebook post and sent it to my husband. It looks delicious. If you like pistachio. Which I do. But really, I'm like, I'm going to spend all this money on this chocolate, whatever it is. I'm sure it's not cheap. And then watch me go, it's okay. But I've literally been thinking about it, so I need to do it. Oh, nana nana boo boo. Isn't that weird? Well, maybe I said it. I don't remember ever saying it either, but my daughter like keeps dropping the nana nana boo boo. Like, where did you even learn this from? You little wackadoo. But he's going to wrestling camp and he's pretty excited about it. Neener, that's funny. Yeah, this looks so good. I'll send you the picture. Haagen-Dazs Bailey's Irish Cream. Ooh, that sounds really good. Hi, Melanie. Thanks for lurking. We have a I think it started in New York near like Albany, which is not near me, but it's like a chain called Stewart's, and they're like known for their ice cream. And so one just came into our town. And today we went and got kitty cones of ice cream, and I got a brownie cheesecake one. See a cheesecake theme happening in my life right now? That was pretty good. Not quite as good as I had hoped and dreamed in my head. My son got a strawberry shortcake ice cream, which my kids both surprised me. We went out for ice cream. They could pick. My son can read now, so he's like reading the menu, and I'm just kind of like, Josie, do you want something fruity? Do you want something chocolate? What do you want? Like, I thought they should go for cotton candy or any of that. My son picked strawberry shortcake, and my daughter picked strawberry. I was like, I would have never guessed that we were both picking strawberry ice cream today. Strawberry shortcake was way better. Wow, Andy was at a 3-day quilting retreat and finished 3 tops, plus cut out a new project that is so fun. That's crazy. That's a productive 3-day quilting retreat. Did you sleep at home or what did you travel for it? A local quilt shop near me has a sleep in your own bed quilt retreat. But to be honest with you, the idea of lugging my sewing machine anywhere, I don't know. I'd rather just Zoom. So like I don't know, I like everything the way I have it set up and like the idea of like lugging it there and then I don't know. I guess maybe once you do it, it's not so bad, but Janine says Neener is one of my nicknames. So funny. Do you have a favorite ice cream from Stewart's, Jess? My best friend um loves their mint cookie ice cream, which I tried to convince my son to get today, but he didn't want to get it. But it's so funny. He's like, he bought like a Prime, which is like this really popular drink with kids, and it said gluten free. And so then he's like, what does gluten free mean? So I was trying to explain it's free from gluten. And so we've been talking about words that have like multiple meanings and stuff and all that. And so on the ice cream menu today, he's like, what does limited edition mean? And so the lady's like, it was cute. The worker was talking to him and she's like, it means that it's only here for a short time. So you have to get it before it's gone. And so he saw that strawberry shortcake on the limited edition. He's like, I have to have it because it won't be here. And I'm like, son, you've just been bamboozled by your first set of marketing. Like you just fell for the marketing of making sure you get it before it's gone. Staycation retreat, which was nice because I just finished the stuff I brought on Saturday. So it was nice to go home and restock. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like those. Like, I like the idea of that anyway. Yeah, I know. Like the Zoom retreats are fun. Mint, yes, that's the one my friend likes. Mint cookie crumble. I need to try it. She's like, it's just so much better than mint. What was it 2 years ago now? 2 or 3 years ago, her and my sister and I went down to like, uh, it was like a couple hours away towards Albany to go to a Backstreet Boys concert. It was great. I was like, I love having big girl money because I had enough money to buy us a hotel that was in walking distance of the concert venue so we could get trashed at the Backstreet Boys concert and our lawn seats and then walk back to the hotel like Mom's Gone Wild. And when we pulled into like the area we were in, they had a Stewart's and she's little skin and bones, but she was like, I need that ice cream. So she bought a pint of that ice cream and ate as much as she could because we obviously didn't have a freezer to keep it in, but she couldn't wait. She was like, I don't want lunch. I don't want anything. I want a pint of that ice cream. It was so cute. Moose tracks or raspberry. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. I know. I should look into a Zoom membership. The bummer was getting stuck on my hexibore quilt because she didn't put full instructions in the downloads. Ah, bummer. I don't know, but if you email her, she's fantastic too. And like sometimes I feel like she's not as technologically savvy. So I had to do that with the last course I took with her. I'm like, none of these files are opening, and she like really quick to email you back. So if you think like there's a document missing, she's usually really really quick and great through email. Yep, he had strawberry FOMO, strawberry shortcake FOMO. So then he's like, "Mom, what is shortcake?" And then I was like, "I don't even know how to describe shortcake because when I think of strawberry shortcake, I just think of like angel food to me and like the strawberries that like have the sugar on them." So then I was like, "But I think it's like the little yellow things that I've never made a shortcake." So then I was like, I don't really know what a shortcake is. We'll have to look that up. But I'm like, you put strawberries on it. You'll love it. He's had it, but he probably just doesn't remember. So now we've added that to our summer list that we need to make strawberry shortcake, which I am not mad about. That's one of my favorites. But that strawberry shortcake was significantly better than the one that my daughter got that was just strawberry. Like it was wild how much better it was. So if you have a Stewart's, don't be scared of the strawberry shortcake. That's so funny. Good night, Debbie. Years ago, I asked my roommate, "Do you need anything from the store?" He said, "Something yummy." No kidding. There was yummy ice cream. No way. Was it yummy? That's funny. I do that I do that unintentionally to my husband. I'm like, just give me something you know I'll like." He's like, "You need to give me a hint. You want some like, are we getting chips? Are we getting what are we getting?" I'm like, "I don't know. Just give me something you think I would like." Yeah. But now I am second guessing the tiramisu cheesecake. Maybe I'll just go with a good old classic cherry cheesecake. Trying to remember last year I made my birthday cake because I wanted something. Oh, I wanted a brownie ice cream cake that I saw, like where you literally make brownies and then you put ice cream on top of it and make freeze it like an ice cream cake. I'd rather just have brownies with ice cream next time. I don't think it was worth the hassle. Sorry, Lynn. You have me thinking I've got cheesecake on my brain. I'm like, I really want something good. Berry swirl, yum. Yeah, I don't know. Got cheesecake. So there's all the pinks. I wonder if I have an even number. Let's see. I have to iron them before sewing them. So one of the pinks. I don't even know if I have even numbers of anything. Like, I don't know what kind of quilt math 2020 Tasha was doing. So there's one set, two sets, three, four. I do have an odd number, but I'm pretty sure in my box I forgot to cut one of my half square triangles and trim them. So, so only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more colors to go. Yeah, I like a hot brownie with ice cream too, Zaza. So I was like a little disappointed in the frozen one. It just wasn't. It seemed really good. They made it. I was bamboozled. They made it look really good on whatever platform I saw it on, but it did not deliver. And he says Cheesecake Factory just sent me a coupon thinking I need to take myself to lunch. I think it's a sign. Hi Krista. How's it going? Thanks for coming. I know I'm like on earlier now, so especially if you're in the habit of seeing me at 9. But man, let me tell you, last week I did Monday at 8. And then I still had time to go upstairs, do my like nighttime closing routine, like making sure the dishwasher's running and all that, and then still be in bed by like 10:30. I was like, yeah, this is where it's at for me. I'm like too tired. Too tired. I just can't party like I used to. And by party, I mean stay up late sewing. Party animal. Hi, Sewing on the Bluff. Hi, Laura. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How is everything going? My dad likes crushed pineapples on his cheesecake. I'm not mad about that idea. Freddy's Custard has an awesome brownie sundae. Never heard of Freddy's Custard, but that sounds delicious. Krista is finishing up a quilt, got borders left to do, and I have one done. That's awesome. Krista, have you done your clue 3 of your cotton cuts flyway? I have not done mine yet. Birthday chocolates. Is that like, so are they chocolates that you got for your birthday, or in Scotland, is there like birthday chocolates are a thing that everybody gets on their birthday, or did you just want chocolate for your birthday? Yeah, 900 more quilts to go. Ooh, turtle Sundays at Freddy's and Culver's. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm start Mondays at 8 is my new go-to time. Oh, Zaza is not familiar with the phrase turtle. So a turtle Sunday, correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, is usually hot fudge, caramel sauce, and, like, nuts, usually, I think it's usually, like, chopped peanuts, but I think, like, sometimes it's chopped pecans. I know, sorry, Krista, I'm on the turtle candy. Oh, yeah, turtle candies are pecans with caramel and chocolates. They put those 3 toppings on an ice cream to make them a turtle sundae. Okay, so it was pecans. That's right, turtle candies. Those things are freaking good too. Pecans, caramel, and chocolate. It's delicious. So I have, like, the funniest story. My sister wouldn't care if I told this story. So when we were little kids, like less than 10, she went up to order ice cream and she ordered a female turtle sundae. And all of us just like sat there, like, what? And then the lady working the counter's like, what does that mean? And she's like, a turtle sundae with no nuts. She was probably like 8. And we're like, I didn't even get it. Like that, like I was 10 and I like didn't understand. I had a sister, like the word nuts was not used commonly in our household. My dad loves that story. A female turtle sundae. So funny. I did have a delicious Boston cream pie sundae on a trip to a sundae, a Boston cream pie sundae. I love Boston cream pie. I love um the donuts too, like the Boston cream donuts. I am a dark chocolate gal. My adorable daughter has agreed to host Easter, and that's a huge relief to me. I'm moving my sewing room and my house is a mess. Oh boy. Well, that's crazy. That's nice. My family doesn't really do Easter. Like I'll do stuff for the kids, like the Easter bunny stuff. Um, but like when my grandma was alive, we used to do Easter dinner. But then like ever since she's been gone, which has been like 20 something years, we really haven't done it. Yeah, my sister is a character. Like we are so it's just the 2 of us too. We are so like polar opposites. She's a nurse, I'm an accountant. I can't stand like blood or any of that. Makes me weak in the knees. She's like I'm like an outgoing person to a point. I'm very like this in a one-on-one situation. I can chat with you. It takes a lot out of me though. I don't think I'm like an extrovert. I think I'm an introvert that like disguises as an extrovert. But she's like everybody loves her. She's the life of the party. She makes so many connections with people versus me. Like my circle's pretty small. I'm weird and don't like dessert. That's like probably a blessing. I'll take wine though. Me too. My niece thought monkey nuts were actually monkey nuts. Well, I've never heard the phrase monkey nuts, so I would be right there with her and thinking they were monkey nuts. Oh yeah, Brenda does a homemade fish fry on. It's good. This Friday is Good Friday, right? I'm not a very religious person. Um, but that sound. I mean, you don't have to be a very religious person to appreciate a fish fry. So yum. Did you decide what dessert you're gonna make? Speaking of cheesecake, Brenda was flip flopping between making a cheesecake or a pecan dessert that had cream cheese in it. Good night, Lisa. Thanks for coming. Sweet dreams. We always make a big deal when it comes to holidays. We all get together. That's lovely. I love that. I really do love that. I hope that someday I can do that for my kids, when their kids grow up. Monkey nuts are peanuts in the shells and never that's hilarious though. I love that now that I've heard it. Um, but yeah. I know, right? Ashley's on YouTube, selective extrovert. I call it small people bucket. And it's like contain like, right? Like the great thing about being on YouTube, right, is I can be like, oh, time to go. Good night." And just we're gone now. Like there's no like I'm famous for like the Irish goodbye they call it. Like it's time for me to go and I'm at a party, I just go. I'm like wave to whoever can see me and then I'm gone. Like gone. Ooh, the lasagna pecan pie. Yum. I'm with you. Chocolate makes the world go round. Maybe I'll sew a few more of these. Yeah, make both desserts, right? She gets together with like her extended family too, so there's enough people to eat it. Problem is everything well, I'm sure I know everything everywhere is expensive, but I feel like when she tells me the prices of things in Canada, they're like so much more expensive. And like like nuts and stuff like for desserts here are so expensive. Why can't money just grow on trees? Yeah, she would need 5 blocks of cream cheese to do both desserts. Crazy. Yeah, and then have the leftovers. Yum, yum, yum. Like, that's the best part about Thanksgiving for me is the leftover pie for breakfast with coffee the next day. Hope I'm sewing these right because I've been sewing them all exactly the same. Yes, okay. It's right now. Gray's on the outside. Is what it is. That's true. That's true. Oh, Nance says, give a thumbs up and show that you care. I always forget to remind people. Thank you. It does tell the YouTubes that, you know, to like me. All right, one more patch of these, and then I think I'll call it a night because I do have to work tomorrow. Boo. And I need my brain to work. I feel like I'm getting a little headache too. I'm getting a lot of headaches. Sick of headaches. I cut down my basil plants this year, which I can make into pesto because the pine nuts have gone crazy in price. Oh, that's crazy. I am a terrible basil plant owner because I let mine go to seed and then it kind of died. Oh, good night, Brenda. Enjoy your EPP. I did change my schedule to Mondays at 8 for now. Like, I feel like this is going to be for a while. Just works better for me because I'm like, by Thursday, I'm exhausted. Then Thursday at 9, forget about it. So Monday at 8, I'm like still kind of rejuvenated from the weekend and I can still get to bed at a reasonable time. That's hilarious, Zaza. Brenda, collect dues from your family to get all the cream cheese. That's funny. What do you mean, Janine? Who drinks water? I can't just live off Diet Pepsi and coffee. That's like 100% my problem. Very excellent question. I'm embarrassed about the answer, but I have made an appointment to go get my eyes checked because my headaches are getting so bad. I have not been to get my eyes checked since I was about 11 years old at a J.C. Penney. I did see something in the Facebook group. Krista, are you in the Facebook group? I can send it to you. Yep, I need to drink water and I need to get my eyes checked. You guys are right on point. Good night, Lynn. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, bummer. Yeah, I definitely saw something today in the Facebook group about that. So, all right, everyone. Well, I'm going to call it quits. I know. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Yeah, I really do think it's my vision. I do work at a computer all day, you know. Definitely should yeah, I'm going to get I think it's next Friday that I have my appointment. So, I'm doing it. I'm being a responsible adult 30 years too late, but I'm finally doing it. Yeah. Maybe I'll have some fun glasses to show you guys soon then. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for coming to hang out. Oh yeah, Mondays at 8. I'll be here. Good night everybody. Yes, I'm going to get the blue light edition. Thank you all for hanging out with me for like 1 to 2 hours. Like some of you have been hanging out with me for a full 2 hours tonight. So I appreciate it. And I will talk to you on next Monday. And maybe if I'm bored during the day on Thursday or Friday when I'm off, maybe I'll do a surprise little live. But we'll see how I'm feeling. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Yeah. I mean, I know you guys care. Thanks for looking out with me for me and giving me the lecture that I know I need to drink water and go get my eyes checked. Cause I know I do. But now you can hold me accountable. Like, did she get her glasses? I don't know. So good night, everybody. I will see you around the YouTubes. Bye.